All right, this is Steve again, coming back in with you in order to continue studying Kiluba. We started together, and we'll continue teaching this language, which would like you to know and to learn. And you are eager to learn Kiluba. I applaud you, and I'm very grateful that you want to learn this language, which I felt like no one is teaching, no one is talking about it. It's looked like it's disappearing, and children abroad are not really interested that much to language, but still they are called to North Katanga and visit where their parents came from. And for missionaries who are eager to go and teach the Word of God around the world, this is an opportunity for them to learn the language in order to be able to communicate very in a deep way with my brothers and sisters down there. So let's continue studying. Today we'll be talking about greetings, and this is a really a very extended topic, but I will try to go through this the way I prepared, which is not very deep, but little by little we'll try to go deeper and deeper in the lessons. Today we will study, for instance, how we say hi in Kiluba or hello, and most people say Tuba, imuna. It's mostly Kiluba. It's very polite. We tend to always go to plural, even if one person Tuba, imuna. It shows respect. But I show the first one na imuna, which means I'm saying hi to you, and it's a good morning or hello, and it's na imuna. So as you can see, I wrote down a little bit in English for those who do not really have can catch easily what I'm saying. It's written there, Naimuna, which means good morning. And I also wrote it in. Wrote it the way it said more generally, and in a popular way. It says Tuba imuna. It's hello, Tuba imuna, or hello, and imuna. So if we meet people in our way as we walk around, we say Tuba imuna, which means hello, or hi, good morning. It's mostly a morning greeting. So Tuba imuna means good morning, and so people say Tuba imuna. It's this way, as I showed earlier. Then you respond, Eyo vidie. Eyo vidie. Eyo vidie, it's for male. In Kiluba, if you are a male, you respond, Eyo vidie. If you are a woman, you respond. So if you are a man, you respond, Eyo vidie. If you are a woman or female, you respond, Eyo moi. So, Eyo moi for women, Eyo vidie for men. So we have, if it say Tuba imuna, you respond Eyo moi or Eyo vidie. That's the first phase. So the second, mostly those who say Eyo moi or Eyo vidie, like myself, I always say Eyo vidie, and then I say wafuako, because the person took time to say hi to you. And when you say Eyo vidie, it's just like you respond. You say, for example, say hello, you say hello, or good morning, you say good morning. In Kiluba, you don't say Tuba imuna back. It's not really popular, and you say Eyo vidie. And then most of the time, I add wafuako and saying thank you. Wafuako is a very popular word. For those who know North Katanga, wafuako is very popular. So, which means that you hear wafuako everywhere. It's a word to really retain, because you're not gonna go down there without missing to hear that word. It's just like in America, naturally. When you are here, you hear a lot of thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Very, very polite language too. And this is very polite language, Kiluba. You hear a lot of wafwako, wafwako. It means thank you. And then after saying that, if you say wafwako, the person who say Tuba imuna to you will respond to you, who say eyovidie means I accept what you said. Eyovidie means I accept what you say. You can see over here, it's still the same way of responding. If you are a woman, you respond eyomoi. If you are a man, you respond eyovidie. And then we're gonna continue now. In that conversation, people come. So in that conversation, if you're talking to a different person, the person you met for you just meet, you say you present. For instance, I don't like this one. Diamidijina is Steve. My name is Steve. Diamidijina is Steve. Diami means my. Diami Dijina is Steve. My name is Steve. But the really way of talking down there, Kiluba, it said mostly you start with Dijina Diami. Dijina Diami is Steve. Dijina Diami is Steve. So that's the way you present yourself. You say Dijina Diami is John, or Dijina Diami is Clinton, or Dijina Diami is Dijina Diami is Johnson, or Dijina Diami is Vilbert, and all those names. So you call your name. So you say Dijina Diami is, you give the name. So that's the way you present yourself when you go. So that's and then this. You after that you could ask the question, Dijina Diobe I Ani. Dijina Diobe I Ani. Dijina Diobe I Ani, which means what is your name? Dijina Diobe I Ani, which is what is your name, and what is your name? Or you could also ask differently. You say Diobe wi Ani. Diobe wi Ani, which means what is yours? I come to you, I say Dijina Diami is Steve. Diobe wi Ani, what is yours? Or Dijina Diobe wi Ani, which means what is your name? And then the person could answer Dijina Diami I Kasongo, for instance. So you could respond Dijina Diami I Kasongo, Dijina Diami I Gilbert, Dijina Diami I Wamulawa, or the name like those. So you can call yourself who you are. And then there is another very famous talk in conversation is Sapulanga, which is very famous everywhere too. Sapulanga means how are you? Sapulanga means how are you? One word suffices to really say everything. Sapulanga means how are you? And then the person who responds, you respond, Ami ndi biyampe. Ami ndi biyampe. We say, I am fine. How are you? Sapulanga, I am fine. How are you? How are you? Sapulanga, I am fine. And I don't want to get in the details, but I'm trying to present a conversation the way it could be. I thought about getting very detailed. I think this is the best way of going, and we'll improve there. I'll present many conversations and we'll learn as we go. I believe at the end of it, we all gonna be, on the same page. And so let's continue. Abe udi namani. Abe udi namani. So after Abe udi namani means what about you, or how about you, or what about you, how are you, how are you doing? That's what the meaning of it. Abe mani. So we got the first conversation word was sapulanga. I respond. Sapulanga means how are you? I would say I am fine. Divi yampe. I am okay. I'm fine. And so ami divi yampe. I am okay. Ami. I am. Ndi. Am. Biyampe. So I am biyampe. So I'm fine. So which is I'm the biyampe. Then you ask ave udi namani. Ave udi namani, which means what about you? Okay, we go forward. The response is nami di biyampe. I made it very simple, which means I am fine too. Okay, which means I am fine too, which is nami di biyampe. I am fine too. Okay, and so most of the time when people say after you ask that question, how are you? I will dinamani. When I respond politely, I say I am fine. I am fine too. Thank you. And even in English, it's very frequent when you say I'm fine. I am fine too. Most people could add that word thank you at the end politely. The same thing in Kiluba. When you say nami ndivi yampe wafwako, which means that I am fine too. Thank you. And so that was the lesson today. I don't know if we return. I will repeat it the quickest I can. I will just show you and say what is there. Na imuna or Tuba imuna. Then the person B respond Eyo vidie. If it's a man, if it's a woman, she will say Eyo moi. Then Eyo moi wafuako. When she's responding or he's responding, he say Eyo moi. Then he say wafuako at the end. Most of the time, wafuako means thank you. Then when the person says thank you for saying hi, the person who said the person A who said Tuba imuna, who say Tuba imuna, that person who respond to your wafwako, to your thank you, say Eyo vidie. So Eyo vidie means I accept what you say. It also means I accept what you say, or it means thank you for saying hi to me, and so on. Eyo vidie. Then we go to the next step is to ask the name. You can say Diamidijina is Steve, or you can say, which I'm mostly okay with, which is very what could be very popular is Dijna Diami is Steve instead of Diami Dijna is Steve. Dijna Diami is Steve. Then that's one was there. Then you could ask the question right away. Dijna Diami is Steve. Dijna Jobe I Ani. Dijna Jobe I Ani, which is what is your name? Or you could say Jobe Dijna Wiani. You could ask the question Jobe Dijna Wiani, or what is yours? What is your name? Then the person politely will respond Dijna Diami I Kasongo, or Dijna Diami I Philbert, Robert, and Jean-Pierre. Dijna Diami I Poyo, or Dijna Diami I Kasongo, and so on. So there are many, you can put your name there in those question marks. Then after that, the person will say Sapulanga, which means how are you? And how are you? So you know the answer, how are you? in Kiluba you respond, Ami ndi biyampe. So you will say, I am fine. Ami ndi biyampe. If you become an expert, you could just say, biyampe. Biyampe means fine. So how are you? Which is sapulanga. You can say biyampe, which means fine. Or you say in a sentence, Ami ndi biyampe. I am fine. That's why I put Ami ndi biyampe. Since we're studying, we're learning, we go really a little bit deeper, following all those little lines. I am fine. Then you could ask the question, Ave udina mani. Yeah? Ave udina mani. What about you? How are you doing? That's the meaning of this question. Ave udi namani? Question mark. How are you doing? And the person you are talking to will respond, Nami di biyampe. I am fine too. Or, Ami, the person will just respond, Di biyampe. I am fine. Or the person will respond, Ndi biyampe, or kidipo biyampe. We'll talk about the kidipo means I am not fine. Kidipo. We'll talk about that later. But now, today, we say, Ami ndi biyampe. I am fine. So, we're done with the lesson. Wow, we have been talking together for a long time now. You all retain what I talked about. And if there is any question, please feel free to write to me at Nikos NIC or st@yahoo.com, or communicate with me in one way or another. You have the information from the first video. I exposed them, and so talk to me and let's learn Kiluba as we go, little by little. And then so tomorrow, I believe I will continue teaching the conversation, and then probably I will mostly go to learning how to the verb to be, verb to have, and so on. Now there's a lot of topics, many topics to learn. So please come and let's learn little by little. We'll go forward, we'll make a difference. So God bless you, and lalapo, that's what I'm gonna say, and we'll learn all those words as we go. Lalapo, and God bless you.